Look at all these people who never had anything to say when Obama deported 3 times as many people.
You're like a fucking shit. What are you gonna do? Come on.
You know,
Come on, you fucking Chad.
You know, Obama.
Yeah. We
Clinton
protested
deported
Obama.
more than Trump
I can hear
did.
you.
Were you guys all here when Obama deported 3 times as many people?
Chad, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Care, huh?
Get the fuck out of here, you chud. Get the fuck out of here.
This is what happens when you say, did you know Obama deported 3 times as many people as Trump?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Come on.
Tell me you eat too many donuts and look at porn every night without telling me.
Yeah.
You know these guys campaigned for Obama and Clinton. Trump's the fascist, and he deported 3 times as less people. Look at that. He's like, here's a guy who's never had an original thought in his life. Oh, this is funny. Did you vote for Obama? How does that make sense?
What did you mean?
How does it make sense that Trump's a fascist and we have to abolish ICE?
Are you for what ICE is doing?
When Obama and Clinton deported
No, and just are you for ICE killing people?
3 and 4 times as many criminal
Are you for ICE killing
aliens.
people?
Isn't that crazy?
Are you just high to see? Are you for
Oh, man. I had to show y'all that because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I might actually post that as a YouTube short as well because it's just so funny. It is just so funny, and I love that people are calling the hypocrisy out. Finally, for a while there, I kind of felt like I was the only one. I know I'm definitely not the only one. I'm sure somebody else called it out before I did. But I just felt like I was the only one. Like, Obama was doing this long before Trump was. And he did it at greater numbers than Trump ever did. And he was deporting people who were simply here illegally. Not a bunch of folks who came here and committed a bunch of crimes. Like, no, people who just were here illegally, which is a crime in and of itself. But if you listen to a liberal, they would say that it's not a crime. So, like, he was literally doing exactly what Trump is doing, but on a greater scale. And nobody had anything to say about it. As a matter of fact, the Communist News Network, aka CNN, literally went on a ride along with ICE. With ICE. You know, the Gestapo. They got in vehicles with these folks. Oh, man, you can't make this stuff up. And not only that, you know, Barack Hussein Obama gave Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, who was the border czar for Obama, he gave that same guy an award. But now Tom Homan is like Hitler himself. The same guy that Obama gave an award to. Amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I do want to actually show you guys something because it seems like Tim Walz has folded. Yeah, he's folded. And I want you guys to take a look at the scene in Minnesota now that he has actually folded and allowed state police officers to actually, you know, do their job and keep the crowd in control, you know, keep the citizens safe, not allow these leftist extremists to run rampant in the streets. Take a look. That is not ICE, ladies and gentlemen. Those are actual police officers.
You're not seeing this sort of thing in places like Florida. Because in Minneapolis, you have a radicalized...
You gotta love it. You got to love to see that. But also, they're not playing any games anymore. Because they threaten to use something that is very, very powerful against these leftist extremists. Yeah, and I'm going to call them what they are because they're always calling us extremists, even though we aren't. They're actually the extremists. So let's label them exactly what it is that they are, which are extremist terror. They're terrorists, right? Check out this clip.
This is a test of the long-range acoustic device LRAD. 1, 2, 3.
Sent them boys running. If you aren't familiar with what the LRAD is, it is basically a machine that you don't want to be out in front of, okay? Because the U.S. military actually used something very similar, I'm sure a more powerful version than what we would have on the streets. They used that when they captured Maduro, and if you guys remember, one of his security personnel, one of his soldiers, said when they were hit with it, they were incapacitated. They all fell to their knees and started bleeding from their noses. So it is a very, very powerful a weapon, right? Now, I'm sure officers out on the streets don't have that version, the military's version, for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, you don't want to be hitting American citizens with something that powerful. But then also, you don't want that to just be, actual military technology just out in the public, just willy-nilly, right? So yeah, crazy stuff, man. As a matter of fact, I think this is actually the image of the LRAD right here. Let me see if I can throw that up on the screen.
You are now
Yeah, this is it right here. I believe that's it right there.
under arrest. Please sit down and wait for
You
instruction.
can see it attached to the front of that vehicle back there, right there. So it seems like they legitimately had an LRAD out there and were threatening these terrorists with it, and rightfully so, right? Now, once again, this more than likely, I'd be willing to make a bet that this isn't the LRAD that they used on Maduro soldiers. There's a more powerful version of this, a more technologically advanced version of this that they probably use, and this is kind of just like a street version that, I'm sure it won't feel great having this used against you, but it won't be the same strength that they used against Maduro soldiers.
You are now under arrest. Please sit down and wait for instruction.
Where's your credentials?
I'm at level 12 news.
I can't hear you.
I'm at level 12 news. BG on the scene. I've just pressed.
You don't have any press credentials?
I don't. I can show you what.
All right, why don't you move out there, okay?
Oh.
Just get out there. Stay outside the line, okay? Coming out. Coming out.
Now, obviously, according to these liberals out here in these streets, you're not allowed to record anything that they're doing. But you just saw that guy standing in the middle of a bunch of officers sprinting past him to go and arrest these terrorists. Now, I want to get to the meat and potatoes of this, and here it is. Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. I told Governor Walz that I would have Tom Homan call him, and that we are looking for, are any, am I reading this wrong? And that what we are looking for are any, I am reading this wrong. Goodness gracious, I'm missing a complete word that completely changes the sentence. What we are looking for are any and all criminals that they have in their possession. The governor, very respectfully, understood that, and I will be speaking to him in the near future. He was happy that Tom Homan was going to Minnesota, and so am I. We have such tremendous success in Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee, and New Orleans, Louisiana, and virtually every other place that we have touched, and even in Minnesota. Crime is way down, but both Governor Walz and I want to make it better. President Donald J. Trump. So it seems like old Timmy Walz is bending the knee. Smart move, because, and I spoke about this yesterday, him and Mayor Fry, they're literally getting people killed. Getting people killed by lying to them and telling them to go out here and assault ICE agents and interfere with their operations, they're getting people killed because you don't see Tim Walz out there doing it. You don't even see Mayor Fry out there doing it. They're sitting in their offices, watching their constituents be shot in the streets, doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing, right? Crazy, crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Governor Walz actually made a statement as well. Governor Walz's office has released a statement after his phone call with President Trump. Governor Walz had a productive call with President Trump earlier today. The governor made the case that we need impartial investigations of the Minneapolis shootings involving federal agents, and that we need to reduce the number of federal agents in Minnesota. The president agreed that he will talk to his Department of Homeland Security about ensuring the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is able to conduct an independent investigation as would ordinarily be the case. The president also agreed to look into reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota and working with the state in a more coordinated fashion on immigration enforcement regarding violent criminals. The governor reminded President Trump that Minnesota Department of Corrections already honors federal detainers by notifying Immigration and Customs Enforcement when a person committed to its custody isn't a U.S. citizen. There is not a single documented case of the department's releasing someone from state prison without offering to ensure a smooth transfer of custody. Now, I have a hard time believing that, but maybe it's the case, right? Maybe it is the case that they are notifying ICE, hey, we got this guy in custody. Come pick him up. He's set to be released. We'll hold him here, though, until you get here. I highly doubt that's happening. I highly doubt that's happening based on what we've seen from other blue states, other blue cities, these other Democrats around the country. They don't want these people to be rounded up. They don't want that. So do I know that with 100% certainty that Governor Walz is telling the truth or telling a lie? No, but just based on everything else that I've seen across this country, he's most certainly lying. If I had to base it on that, he's definitely lying. Because his constituents would allow it. The people that he's hired around him, other Democrats, wouldn't allow it. They'd look at him sideways, right? Or you're releasing these illegals into ICE custody? Oh, no, you know? So I highly doubt it's happening. And that's why there was a surge of ICE into Minnesota. Now, of course, Democrats are going to say, Trump's bending the knee, Trump's bending the knee, look. Well, first off, Tim Walz called Uncle Trump. Second thing is, of course, you're not going to need as many ICE agents if there's actual cooperation with the state, right? With Tim Walz, with police officers, with state police. You're not going to need as many ICE agents there if there's actual cooperation. And here's the thing, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. There's ICE operations going on all across this country. I'm sure there's ICE operations going on in your town. Right? Why is there only shootings and these beatings and this nonsense? Why is it only going on in Minnesota? Exactly. So when people are out here saying, ICE is out here killing people, they're killing American citizens. No, they're not. They are shooting people who are interfering with federal agents or threatening federal agents or assaulting federal agents with vehicles. Because if you look everywhere else across this country, it's not really happening like that. It's happening in Minnesota mainly. And then the other, 3/4 of any situations where, there's any type of major force being used, it's all blue cities and blue states. It's just facts. I guarantee you, now that he's cooperating, all of this nonsense dies down quite a bit. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. I'm happy to see it, right? I'm happy to see it. Now, obviously, police officers will be intervening and stepping in when these terrorists get out of line and putting them in their place so they aren't interfering with federal agents, striking them with vehicles or attempting to interfere with them while having a loaded firearm with extra ammo, okay? Now, one could argue, did those individuals deserve to die? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, we can make that argument. I don't think anybody deserves to die, right? It's sad that those individuals lost their lives. But once again, there's consequences to your actions. You hit an ICE agent with the vehicle, you're probably not going to make it to tell the story. You start fighting with ICE agents and you have a loaded firearm on you, probably not a smart idea. It's just common sense. But once again, unfortunately, and especially on the left, common sense is no longer common. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.